when they did the whole TikTok ban. Was it just me? Was it a fever dream? Because what? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are doing a chit chat get ready with me because baby, we got stuff to talk about. Did y'all was there? Y'all was there right when they did the whole TikTok ban? Or was it just me? Was it a fever dream? Because what? The reason why I'm getting ready right now is because I'm going on a solo date. I'm going to go see, it's just one of them days movie, the movie with Keke Palmer and SZA. I went to go see it last night. And best friend, if you watching this, no, I didn't. And whenever we went to go see the movie, that was my first time watching the movie. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch the movie. Actually, let's call her.
Check 1, check 2.
Check 3, check 4. Where you at? It's not a solo date no more. It's a bestie date, which is even better. So yeah, we're gonna go watch It's Just One of Them Days. And I watched it last night. It was so good. It was like a Friday. It was like a girls' Friday. Hey, Keke Palmer is funny as hell. SZA, her acting, it surprised me. Serum from Good Molecules. And then my moisturizer from CeraVe. But yeah, like SZA, her acting definitely surprised me. What's his name? Cat Williams was in there. And it just gave like, we all know a man like Keyshawn. We all know a lady in the neighborhood who sell candy and like chips to the kids. And that person in the neighborhood who's doing hair at their house, you know? It's so relatable. It's so relatable, and that's why I really liked it. And Issa Rae did her, she did her ones. She did her ones. T. Okay? So, yeah. That was a good movie, and I'm watching it again because last night, me and my sister, we tried to go to one movie theater, but it was like packed. It was packed. Yeah, so we was pressing time for that movie. And we just ended up gonna be showing up a little late. I'm having so much fun with like creating content like on YouTube and just having sit down videos and like, you know, and I just think it's super cute, so fetch. So what y'all really came to this video for was the freaking TikTok ban. Oh my goodness, like that was so like, bitch, they gagged, excuse my language, but baby, they gagged me, like had me clutching my pearls. Literally, I was watching a video and I'm trying to look at the comments. I'm trying to look at the girl comments. I'm like, I can't see their comments. Then like right after that, my friend, she texted me. She was like, hey, they was being for real. They was being serious. And I'm gonna tell y'all like I'm just gonna give y'all the whole rundown of like everything that I was feeling up until the ban, right? So you know how they be like, they already tried to ban the app like 2 years ago or a year ago, and you know, so I really didn't like pay no mind. I'm like, okay, like y'all gonna ban the app, okay? Yeah, they banned the app. They was being very serious, but this time like people, they were just saying their goodbyes, and it just started to feel too real. Really, I'm not gonna go in with the primer because I'm not. If you moisturize, if you prep your skin well enough, you don't even need a primer. Clock that T, okay? I'm not gonna go in with the primer because we're just going to the movies, not doing anything. What's this? Spray some of this on though. So I'm going in with my NARS. Y'all know the deal, but this is not even about the makeup. Everything that I use is gonna be in the description. And I did a detailed makeup tutorial that I just posted. So go watch that if y'all want like a detailed makeup tutorial. But yeah, so I'm just thinking that they bluffing or whatever. Man, they talk, man, it was like 11 o'clock. It wasn't even 11 o'clock, it was like 10. Mind you, the band, it was like, you know, yesterday. Well, I don't know when this is gonna get posted, but it was January 18th. And it was like, okay, the ban was supposed to go into effect January 19th. So I'm sure everybody thought that they was just gonna scroll on TikTok for the rest of the night, and then boom, like next morning, no TikTok. Man, they done took that app off the store. They done snatched that app away from us 2 hours prior. Like, I was gagged. I was so gagged. I had to call my friend immediately. I said, how are you doing? How am I? Because how I'm doing, I'm not doing well. And I didn't even think CapCut was associated with freaking TikTok. I was stressed because that's how I edit my videos. That's how I've been editing my videos for years now. At least short form content. So I'm just like, I'm gagged. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm just like, wow. Like, I'm like, where's everybody? Where are we going? Where are we navigating to? Because y'all know about Instagram. Instagram, it just feels like a white wall. Instagram literally feels like a white room with eyeballs. Quiet. Stiff. Don't know what to do. Probably sound like dramatic, but dang, man, like TikTok was definitely a place where we learned things. Like, it was like a community. I feel like that's where like the whole community thing came from. Like, TikTok, actually, it was like a community of people who helped each other, educated each other, comforted one another, you know? So I just feel like, dang, that was like kind of stripped away, and you just don't. TikTok was one of a kind, and I know that TikTok, it came back, which I always knew that TikTok was gonna come back. They wasn't gonna really ban it for real, because there's too much money into TikTok, like, for them to really take it away, you know, as there is like other platforms. But like TikTok brought in a lot of revenue for company businesses. Like, they wasn't gonna let that go. I knew that. Y'all was really, I felt like it was really petty of them. Like, it was really dramatic of them to like do all that. They didn't have to do all that. That being said, and also I felt really bad for the people who made a living off of TikTok. Like, their whole income like was TikTok, or just like social media. That was the bulk of their income. So I felt really bad for them. Some of them had families. Yeah, I felt really bad for like the people who, you know, made a living off of TikTok, because, you know, I'm not saying like what they're gonna do now, but it's just like, it's unfortunate, and that's that. Sister's calling. Hello. She gonna call my motherfucking phone and hang up on me. Oh, she's calling again. Hello. Yes. Thank you. She asked me if I wanted to break in. Of course I do. Like, what? I'm going from Instagram to Twitter to Snapchat, because I downloaded Snapchat. I was about to vent. I was starting to vent on Snapchat, because what? Like, what are we talking about? I feel like if TikTok was to go back down, Snapchat would definitely be the next best thing, because I feel like it gives a more behind the scenes, and it gives more personal content of like your favorite creators. It's just, you gotta find them. You gotta find them and follow them. I don't know. I think Snapchat it's a cool platform. It's just, I don't know, maybe I should get a new Snapchat, because a lot of people from my middle school and elementary, they on there, and it's like, hey, it's like, hey y'all, can y'all leave? Can y'all step out? I might gotta start like blocking people or something, because I cannot. I don't know. I don't really like to contour, so I don't think I found my shade yet. I feel like every shade that I find is too dark, so we're not gonna cream contour, but we are gonna blend out this concealer, which I like this concealer combo. What y'all think? Because even though I do feel like the Milani, because I did use the Milani Concealing Perfect in the shade Warm Almond, I do feel like it's a tad bit dark, but it's also a concealer that is closest match with my skin, and I feel like I never found like concealer that matches my skin tone, but it is like a little dark. I don't know how to explain it. I hope y'all understand that. Cause you know, like some people, they find like concealers that matches their skin tone to a T, or just with a little light tint. But I feel like I never found that. Like, I'm always picking up concealers with like yellow undertones. Anyway, that's besides the point. I was going from Instagram to Twitter, and I re-downloaded like Snapchat. I was doing all of that. I was going back to TikTok, realized that I can't do nothing on there. Closing the app, constantly keep going on there. Just going from multiple apps, just going in a circle. Eventually I had to go to bed because I didn't know what was going on. Wake up, TikTok still gone. Okay, cool, I'm going about my life, going about my day. Couple hours later, I'm on Snapchat, somebody posting that TikTok is back. What the hell? So now I'm just like, what was all that for? What was all that for? Y'all was doing all that hoopla talking about the government. I'm talking about the government. Y'all was doing all that hoopla talking about, oh, like, you know, data security. I don't even know what they was talking about, but they talking about all this like whoop whoop whoop, and y'all letting it back. Y'all letting it back. Y'all ain't standing on nothing. TikTok is back, child. But I was trying, me personally, my phone stayed going out of storage. So I didn't uninstall, like I didn't totally delete it off of my phone. But you know, like when you, I don't know if y'all go through this, but when you trying to free up some storage, you kind of like uninstall the app, but it's still on your phone. So yeah, I did that. Now I can't access the app because it's not on the App Store. Let's try it right now and see if it's back on the App Store. Maybe it'll give it like a couple more days till it gets back on the App Store. Yeah, it's giving me this message right here. This girl right here still doesn't have TikTok, so we're just gonna have to buy until they get it together. I even tried to download a VPN and yeah, it's still not allowing me, which is fine. Maybe I don't need TikTok for a couple days. That's totally fine. And it's kind of making me feel like, okay, like I can live without it, because like I was literally on TikTok all the freaking time. Especially like before going to bed, like I feel like that was all of our lives. Before we go to bed, we're gonna go on TikTok. So yeah, that was my Saturday night. How was y'all's? And please feel free to use my comment section. Y'all want to vent, y'all come, you know what I'm saying, y'all want to say how y'all feel. Like I want to know, what was y'all experience when the freaking ban hit y'all phone? Like I want to know what happened, like how y'all was feeling. Because me, I ain't gonna lie, I was in shambles. I was like, oh my gosh. But not like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Well, no, it was definitely like, what am I gonna do? Because more so of CapCut. Because like, you know, CapCut, that was my bread and butter. Like, that was my bread and butter. That's what I used. I don't know anything else. I can't use iMovie. iMovie, no shade. iMovie is shitty. It's shitty. Another thing, and you know, God is so good. And God is so good. Ironically, the last video that I was able to watch, or the last two videos that I was able to watch, it was this girl, this lady. She was just talking about like all the stuff that she's been wanting to say. But now that TikTok is gone, like, you know, she's gonna say it or whatever. She basically was talking about how, like, it was like a conspiracy theorist type of video, but you know, it was all the things like how Biden, he's not a real person, like that's a lie because he's fighting dementia, which is not funny at all. It's just like she was really just talking about like a couple things, and she was basically saying the stuff that I was thinking, which I don't know if I could do a full like conspiracy theory video, but it's a lot of things that I believe, especially when it comes to the food, what they put in the food and why people are acting the way that they're acting. How everything is an agenda. Everything is an agenda. I want to be correct when I speak, so I don't know, I might not talk about certain things. All these agendas that they're putting out to further push us back. We know that the government are doing things. They're putting things in the food. They're putting things in the media. Like, we know these things, but we continue to be dense. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just a girl. I'm just a cool, chill girl, and with an opinion. This is my first chit chat get ready with me because I am a yapper, but yapping on the camera for a while was a little scary, and it was a little like, I don't know if I can, but look at me doing it. Oh my goodness. Before I go, I'm gonna finish my makeup, and I'm also gonna like just share a few things about myself. I am 21 years old. My birthday is August 28th. I don't really believe in what's that thing called? What is it? Zodiacally? That. I don't believe in, like, you know, the zodiac signs and stuff. So yeah, I'm currently in school. I'm just taking a break. I've been taking, like, this is my 5th break. It's really my 3rd, but I'm currently in school. But like, while I'm taking my break, I'm getting my real estate license. I'm also a makeup artist in Orlando, so like, if y'all need y'all makeup done, y'all know who to holler at. I'll definitely put that in my description down below. I absolutely love makeup. I've always been into makeup ever since I was a little girl. I actually started watching special effects makeup first before I got into like the beauty makeup, and I actually think that special effects is very cool. I just don't think that it's like for me. I am a licensed esthetician. I got my license when I went to high school, and I took dual enrollment classes and got my esthetician license. I actually have to get it renewed, so TBD. What else about me? My favorite color is green. I post TikToks on TikTok. Anyway, honestly, I started posting like get ready with me on TikTok, and once I started being consistent with it, I was like, oh my gosh, I started getting like, you know, a little bit more traction. Wait, I didn't never finish my thought. Wow, I didn't finish my thought about the last video I seen on TikTok. My goodness, I knew it was something I was forgetting, but I just could not think about it. But to like sum it up real quick, ironically, the last video that I watched, because I just be talking. Last video that I watched on TikTok was this lady. She was just talking about a whole bunch of conspiracy theories, but you know, they were her theories on like what she feels like goes on in the world. Okay, cool. And then on her page, it was this guy. He was talking about his experience with, I think like God showed him Judgment Day, showing like all these people that was going to hell because they were doing certain things, and you know, it scared him. He thought that he was gonna go to hell, and he said like, you know, depart from me, I don't know you, and like, you know, I guess a portal opened and it was so hot. He was just like explaining that, and I was like, oh my goodness. And ironically, that was the last video that I watched, and I was like, wow. All I know is God is real. Repent. And that basically that whole video, it was like, you know, repent, forgive, live right, live right, live right. Nobody's perfect. We're born into sin. You know, we're sinners. But, and living right doesn't mean perfection. Living right is trying, it's repentance. It's not going back to what you used to do. the old you know. So, and stay with me. I'm constantly saying, you know. That was my thought before I jumped into things about me. But back to things about me, because I love talking about myself, clearly. What else about me? I'm originally from South Florida, and I moved to Central Florida when I was in the fifth grade. So I was like 12, 13. No, I was like 12, 11, 12 when I moved here. So I've been here for about like 11 years now, and I love Orlando. I feel like I had a lot of experiences here. I met a lot of my close friends here, of course. I met a lot of my close friends here. I feel like I grew here, but I do feel like in a different city I would grow even more. I do want to potentially move to Houston, Dallas, maybe South Carolina, and really for like the schools. I'm tall. I'm very tall. I'm 5. Oh, y'all wasn't gonna tell me I had that. That's not cute. Wow. I'm 5'11". People, they always ask me, oh my gosh, did you do any sports? Did you know, what did you do when you was in school? Absolutely nothing. Like, at the time, that's just something that I just didn't want to do. And I feel like people need to stop asking people who are tall, you know, why they didn't do sports. Maybe we didn't want to. Maybe we didn't want to sweat. That was my reason. That I ain't like to sweat. But I do feel like I wish that my mom pushed me a little bit more to do like sports, because honestly I didn't really see the importance in sports. I didn't see the importance in like actually doing something, like having like doing a club, being a part of something, a type of organization while you're in high school, because it does shape you into an an adult. My comfort show, I love Grey's Anatomy, Criminal Minds, you know, those type of shows, and I watch them. I'm a person who I can watch things like over and over and over again and never get tired. I think I have it, or I don't think, I know that I have anxiety, and I know that I just like things that I just know the ending to. So I need to know what happens at the end, like all those new things, and I'm just like guessing of what's gonna happen. Like, I can't do those. I mean, I'll do it, but it's like, okay, put on my Grey's Anatomy, put on my stuff that I be watching. And then the spray on this is just like, I know it's a fine spray, but jeez, you gotta spray a whole bunch to get anything on your face. And all that went in my mouth. My favorite YouTubers at the moment are Aaliyah's Face. I like Behind the Lights podcast. Even though it's a podcast, I watch them. Like, I watch the video rather than listen to the podcast. Like Kyra on Unique's. I like her videos. I like Kara and Nate, which is such like a transition, because you know, Kyra and Aaliyah, they're like more beauty and like lifestyle and all that stuff, and you got Kara and Nate, they're like their adventure, their travel. And if my friends are ever wondering where I be coming up with ideas of, oh my gosh, I want to go to Uganda to see gorillas, it's because of Kara and Nate, because they just be traveling, they just be doing some crazy stuff, and I think it's so cool. I think it's so cool, the places that they be in, and the views that they catch. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait, because that definitely will be me. My goals in life are to like live peacefully, live free. I think that's the life. I feel like I never like thought about it like that, or like use those words to describe like what I want in the future. But I genuinely just want to live freely to do what I want on my own terms and God's. live for God. I want to help others in wherever that may be, whatever that may be in life. I want to help. I want to serve other people, because this life is not. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about others. You know, and what you can do for other people, not the other way around. Not what people can do for you, but what you can do for other people. Let me go get my lip gloss. It's not about you. It's about what you can do for your community, what you can do for the people that surround you, and how you can be serving to other people. Okay, so this is the finished look. It's very glowy, very dewy, and it's because of this this setting spray. I couldn't find my other setting spray, but that was the next best thing. Anyway, this is the finished look. So those are my thoughts on the TikTok bands, and a little get to know me, a little get ready with me, you know, just chat and makeup. And I really like this, and I think we should do this again, because, and let me know if y'all like this, because I really enjoy myself. And again, use my comment section as a TikTok comment section. Use my TikTok. You want to talk correct? Okay. And don't forget, use my comment section as, you know, how you feel. Like treat it like a TikTok comment section. And y'all know how TikTok comment sections used to be. It used to be funnier than the video. So yeah, use my comment section to express your thoughts and like how you felt, and how you feel about this makeup, and about me. Like, it was a little, y'all got to know me a little bit, just a little 1-2, just a little Yes, I'm gonna go to the movies. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my weekend, because it is a Sunday. We do go to work tomorrow, even though it's Martin Luther King Day tomorrow. I don't think we should be going to work. But that's an unpopular opinion. That's my opinion. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your girls. Share this with your co-workers. Share this with your sister, your mom, your daughter, honey. Like, share this with everybody. And yes, bye.